Hi guys, my name is Lady Pelvic with Pelvic Gaming, and thank you so much for tuning in and watching my show. This level of enthusiasm is about the level of enthusiasm I have for Sony's press conference, which is what we'll be talking about. So once again, if you're new here, I just touch up on the things I care about rather than talking about the entire conference. So let's get started. But once again, Sony does like a live performance, and it's pretty cool. Like I'm like, okay, cool. It's probably about a game I don't care about, and sure enough, Uncharted. Now, before all you guys are like, Uncharted, it's like the greatest thing fucking ever. I've never played an Uncharted game. My friend like implores me that I need to play it, but I just don't. So then we move on to Horizon Zero Dawn, Frozen Wilds, which looks cool, but I haven't played the first one yet. And right now, I'm just all open world out, so I'm like, Horizon Zero Dawn, I want to touch you, but I can't. That sounded weird, but anyways. Days Gone? Okay, it's literally Uncharted with zombies. That's what it looks like. It looks like Uncharted with zombies, and it was cool, the gameplay that it showed. I was like, alright, it's not bad, but what's supposed to captivate me? Like, what is it? Like, we already have, like, a game that's like Uncharted. We already have plenty of games that are like zombies. I guess Uncharted zombies? I don't know. I don't really play zombie games. The last game that had zombies in it was probably a JRPG that had, like, the standard zombie monster, But, that's not even the most entertaining part about Days Gone. What was entertaining about that was, like, after it showed... Like, it showed the audience, and, like, people were like, do we clap? Oh my god, it was like the cringe silence. I was like, oh, you're not winning them over. Like, come on, what else you got? I'm waiting. So, then Sean comes up on stage, and he just seems so rushed and so nervous. And I get the rushed part. People don't want to, like, sit and listen to people talk, about the games and how grateful and the experience and the adventure and, immersive, blah, blah, blah. Like, we get it. We hear it every year. So I get the rush part, but he just seems so nervous. He seemed very stale. Like, his jokes were kind of just like, So then he's like, one of my personal favorites, roll it, and Monster Hunter Worlds comes on the stage, and you don't know, maybe you do know how I feel about Monster Hunter. If you saw my, like, top 5 things that, like, annoy me or that I don't have time for in video games, Monster Hunter is a big one, alright? Monster Hunter does the whole grinding for items thing, and I just don't have time. I played Monster Hunter 3, I played Monster Hunter 4, I really tried to get into Monster Hunter, but I just can't bring myself to give a damn, And, like, it's cool, the new things that they have. The grappling hook looks awesome. Just like the use of the environment looks awesome. Seeing the two monsters fight each other looked awesome. The new monsters looked fantastic. Like that nose, when the nose shows, what a nose you got, fam. But everything looked great. But I'm like, I don't care to grind for items, for hours straight, like doing the same fucking thing with the same fucking monsters, hoping to get this type of armor. Then once I got this type of armor, let me get better armor by fighting more monsters repeatedly over and over and over. So Monster Hunter is very repetitive to me. But for those who like Monster Hunter, enjoy it. Looks good. Happy hunting. Although one thing that was kind of weird to me was there wasn't any multiplayer shown, which I feel like in every Monster Hunter trailer, there's been multiplayer. I don't know, I don't follow Monster Hunter, but like Monster Hunter is generally like a multiplayer game, so to see no multiplayer was kind of like, Alright, so this is how you know the press conference is kind of sad, when this was the most exciting thing in the press conference to me. Fucking Shadow of the motherfucking Colossus coming to PlayStation 4. Once I saw Wanderer running, I knew. Like, I was like, Shadow of the Colossus. I thought, no, my problem was I wish it was a second one. I wanted it to be a second. One of the questions I got from one of you guys was like, what's a game that you wanted a sequel of? Shadow of the Colossus is my number one fucking answer. It's not a sequel, so it seems, it's just, remake Shadow of the Colossus coming out in 2018. I'm about it. It looks fantastic. Like, you thought on PlayStation 2 it looks good, and it was. For PlayStation 2, it was amazing. But PlayStation 4, oh boy. So I'm probably going to Let's Play that. I'm a huge Shadow of the Colossus fan. I'm ready. I'm so ready to just relive that hype. Except the 11th one? No, the 15th one. I fucking hated the 15th one. One thing I'm hoping that they'll do was Shadow of the Colossus originally had, I think, 24 Colossi. But the reason why they took some out was they said some of it was repetitive, and some of it was like the hardware couldn't handle it. So I'm hoping that with the PlayStation 4, they can bring some of the ones that they didn't use. Like they have one that's like a spider. I hope they bring that one. I want to kick a spider's ass. Like I'm about it. So anyway, Shadow of the Colossus, I'm so excited for. I don't care if it's a remake. I normally hate remakes, but Shadow of the Colossus is just one of those games that's like near and dear to my heart that I 100% support this remake. A beautiful, like, full remaster, you know? It's not just like a port. So, hype. So, like, fast forward past the Marvel vs. Capcom thing, and we get to Skyrim. Another Skyrim. Like, how many times this game is like barely 6 years old. Like, oh my god, I can't think of a game that was remade this much, like within like such a short course of time, you know, such a short period of time. And I'm over. I don't care if it's Skyrim VR. It's Skyrim VR. I'm just like, God, I'm just gonna get dizzy, or just like, I've played Skyrim. I love Skyrim. Skyrim was a great game, but like, how many times can you you know, it's coming to the Switch already. Now it's coming to VR. So now you're like, really, I'm just done. I'm Skyrim'd out, man. Like, I'm done. So there's like a whole VR section, right? So then we have Star Child, and everyone's like, how is this supposed to be VR? You know, you're moving a person, but maybe you're the robot. So it looks kind of cool, but again, I am not invested in VR. I'm just not. Until you say dot hack something is coming to VR, I don't care. Like, I want bitches to fall into a coma, and I want to be the savior. That's what I want. And you know, there were like other VR titles. I felt so bad. The Impatient, I think it was called. You know, it was a VR title, and like after it was so confusing. I didn't understand what I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even pay attention. It was on my screen. I looked at it. I was like, oh, this is something that I don't care about, and then I zoned out. And after like it showed that, like everyone, like no one clapped. People were just like, I was like, oh my god. You ever just feel bad? Like you see a comedian go on stage and they're like bombing. You know, you like it's a pity clap. You know, that's what that was. It was a pity clap. And when you thought VR couldn't get any better with the awkward Impatient and the remake of Skyrim, we get Final Fantasy 15 Extreme Fishing. Like, this, I have never seen a fishing game advertised like this before. Like, sure, yes, it's Final Fantasy, cool. But like, you know, you got the bros, they're fishing, but they have like extreme music in the background. It's like, whoa, bro, like, holy crap, that's a big one. I've never just seen fishing advertised like that before. So finally we get a game that's VR that I actually kind of care about. It's called Moss, and you're just a little fucking rodent, you know, you're a little mouse man, and you're going through taking on beetles. And I'm like, okay, but it looks cute, you know, like little action adventure, hack and slash. Like, I was like, alright, this is adorable. And you know, the ending you see like a snake, so you know, mice versus snake makes sense, mortal enemies, alright, cool, good luck, mice man, but you know, whatever. Dad of War looks great. You know, I'm a huge Dad of War, God of War fan, and I've played the trilogy. I really want to play Ascension before I play this one. You know, it's interesting to see Kratos be a dad, although this didn't really focus on the dad aspect, more of like the gameplay. You know, I had a few like dad hints, but you know, a lot of Nordic gods. They look like White Walkers to me. Any of my Game of Thrones fans out there, that was for you. Looks good. I'm about it. I love God of War. I love Kratos. And I like the fact that we got a broad release date, you know, early 2018. I'm okay with that. You know, so far my 2018 is pretty clear, unlike 2017, which just has games left and right, you know, all over the place. It's hard to pick one and stick with it. Detroit Become Human. Again, we saw this last E3. Looks good. But like, I don't know, after seeing this trailer, I feel like my hype has dimmed down. It's like another, like, you know, choose your own action adventure, or choose your own story, you know, make choices, live with the decisions, you know, kind of that Life is Strange vibe, but not that setting. But I don't know, it seems very cliche, like, oh my god, you know, humans make androids, and the androids do stuff for humans, and then the androids, you know, become sentient beings, you know, are aware of their own conscience, and like, we're just slaves. So they start up an army, you know, a revolution, and now choose what you want to do, like. And then to end the disappointing press conference, we have Spider-Man. And like, don't get me wrong, Spider-Man is actually my favorite superhero. But just as the end-all be-all, it was very like, okay, alright. You know, I'm not a big superhero person, but Spider-Man is my favorite. And like, the trailer looked good. The actual gameplay looked fantastic. You know, it did. I love how the use of the environment. It was very smooth. You know, it was engaging. Like, okay, I see quick time reactions. It's just very action based. You know, it's superheroes, so you know everything's crumbling around the hero. You know, you gotta save everybody. it looks good, but I just like it wasn't that hype, you know. It wasn't like people lost their shit over it. It was just like, you know, it's good. You know, even at the end they introduced, I guess, the second Spider-Man. I'm really bad at comics. You know, I guess it's like the Black Spider-Man. I don't know, which is awesome, but like no one seemed like really hype about it except like one guy. Throughout the entire press conference, there was one guy and he just like stood up and started bowing. Before I wrap this video up, I want to touch up on a few other things that Sony announced. One, Undertale, it's coming to the PlayStation 4, hype, and the Vita, so I'm excited. I already played it, don't care, we'll buy it again. Because you can't have enough of Flowey the Flower. God, I love him so much. Also, Ni no Kuni, Revenant Kingdom, looks great, I'm excited. But the release date is this holiday. I think it was November, this November, and I'm just like, why? Oh my god, why? Because now there's this, now there's Mario Odyssey, and there's Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I'm just like, all this holiday season, and I'm like, I can't. It's like April and March all over again. What are you supposed to do? You know, like just the beginning of this year. You know, there's Horizon Zero Dawn. There's Breath of the Wild. There was the Switch. There was Nier Automata. There was the fucking other one, Persona. Like, there's just So that wraps up my thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. What did you guys think of Sony's press conference? Literally, this is the night before I fly out to E3. So my mind's all jumbled, and I'm doing this at 11:30 at night, so this was like a quick, like on the fly, instant reaction. So let me know in the comments below what you guys thought, what you're looking forward to, what you're not looking forward to. Love you guys so much. Mwah! Bye. Look for me at E3.